Well, here we are on a nice Friday afternoon. It's about 10 minutes to 3, I guess. And the deconstruction has been completed. Now let me tell you, it was a lot more work than I anticipated. I had built the bridge to last, and trying to take it apart was a pain in the tuchus, as they say in Hebrew land. But I ended up just cutting off the bolts that broke off in the middle of the 4x4 posts. And then I had to take a sledgehammer and pound the joists for the deck material out. And essentially the structure just was pounded apart. No damage to the wood as far as I know. But the bottom line is that it's all done. The middle section, right in the middle of the two orange lines that now outline the outer perimeter of the inside of each 4x4 post. They're exactly 30 inches wide. You'll see where it's just kind of mucky still. I'll have to see. I'm going to try to straddle with the ground spikes the muck, you know, starting on one side where it's dry and another 8 feet to the other side where, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. It's just too wide. It's about 16 feet wide, and that'll put me right in the middle of two posts. But the storyboard, not storyboard, I guess you can call that, is in. The orange line represents the top of the deck, so the joists will be just touching underneath that. And the middle is 36 inches from the inside of a 4x4 post to the inside of the other one, with about a 1-inch overhang on either side of the joists. It's pulled as tightly as possible. I did have to deep six one tree that was in the way, and I may have to take out another. It's just a little sapling, but the rest of it looks pretty good. So it is now ready. I'm going to start as soon as this is done on that side. And I've got a little fix up to do. See those two 4x4 posts right underneath that orange ball of twine? I had to replace those because when the entire bridge structure and deck got pushed south by about 2 feet, it buckled those all of the bolts that were holding those two. But luckily, I use the Oz posts, which give you about 1/8 of an inch room all the way around the perimeter of the 4x4. So other than taking the two secure screws from the bottom out, they lifted right out. I thought I was going to have to dig those 4x4 posts out, but thank goodness I didn't have to do it. They are now re-leveled. They are out a little bit, maybe a quarter of a bubble, but they look pretty good. So hopefully the strings are parallel, and I know they're parallel, but I hope they're level. But it doesn't really, it doesn't matter. But when you put in one side of the joists first, then you go to the other side, put your level on there, and any adjustments are made all the way to the other side. We are going to start at the far end, and that makes all the sense in the world because I have to, if I started on this end and I was off a little bit on the far end, there's no way to fix that other than rip it out. But if you start there, since we've got nothing to attach to other than we hope it ends up there, the 4x4 posts will be about 3 feet inside of that, and it'll cantilever out. It's about 15 inches off the ground, so that gives us 2 steps. Before it was just 1 step off, so I raised it 7.5 inches all the way to the other side. And hopefully, if we do get any water, not if, but when we do get water intrusion, the bridge deck now will remain above that. One can only hope. But it really doesn't matter because that elevated deck back there, we put in 10 inches above the end of the bridge that I had originally built. And that, other than, I think we had a couple of inches, maybe an inch of water over the top of that once, but you could still easily walk through it. And then by the time you got to the left-hand turn, my Salvador Dali turn, everything was dry. So that's about it. That's what it looks like. My poor bridge is gone. I almost shed a tear, but you know, out of disaster comes improvement. I think this one will be even bigger. It's certainly going to be longer than ever. Everything's ready to go in, and I start right after this. Bye.